Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing well. It is a stormy day at my cottage. Should I turn off that light? It's kind of ugly. Do you like my fit of a bathing suit and my boyfriend's boxers? So I'm actually alone at my cottage just for one night because I came up with my boyfriend and my best friend and her boyfriend, and it was a really awesome weekend. But Ben had to go back for work and my family's coming up tomorrow for a couple days, so I'm gonna overlap with them. So I just have a night alone with me and my dog, Pit. I've done advice videos in the past before and you guys seem to really like them. So it's just, another advice video because every time I do these, I get different questions. Not everyone's questions can be answered in one video. It's always about different topics. And my advice also, changes as I grow. So I really like doing these because I know sometimes you guys feel lonely or, kind of want someone to feel like you're talking to. And I totally get that. I watch a lot of YouTubers to, it's like talking to a friend, and hopefully I can make you guys feel that way. And, I'm not a therapist or a professional by any means, but if I can make you guys feel heard and validated and less alone and, give you my 2 cents, then that makes me happy. I have a cup of tea. So get a cup of tea and sit down and enjoy the video. Maybe it's a rainy day where you are, probably not, but whatever. If you watch my last advice videos or really any sit down videos, you know that I ask on my Instagram and then I scroll through all the answers you guys give me, but I'm filming on my phone because I didn't know I was gonna be staying up this long at my cottage. So I'm filming on my phone. So I can't go through the questions at the same time as filming. So I wrote them down. My writing is literal horseshit. I tried to write them down word for word. I don't even know if I'll be able to read it because my handwriting is that shitty. It's like a 4-year-old boy's handwriting. But yeah, I literally had my story up for 15 minutes and I got so many good advice questions that I deleted it. So if you want your question to be in videos like this, make sure you follow me on Instagram because I always post it on there. I literally look like trash. I didn't really bring makeup up. I tried to conceal some of my pimples, but I'm on Accutane and I'm purging. That's what happens. It gets worse before it gets better. So I have some shiz going on, but I'm not gonna not film for months until my skin clears up. And I think it's important that influencers start to be more transparent about not being or looking perfect. So I'm really trying to just not really give a fuck. Like I used to smooth out a lot of the pimples on my photos, and I'm trying to just leave them in now and look like a human. Let's do this shit. Okay, the first question was how to deal with relationship arguments on days you are also having bad mental health. This is a great question because I am someone who has a boyfriend, and obviously every relationship fights, or every normal relationship fights. And you guys also know that I do struggle with a lot of mental health issues. I'm very transparent about that. I think it's really important to find someone who understands you and who is not judgmental by any means. You, of course, need to take responsibility for your mental health and help yourself and learn how to control that because it is possible. But at the same time, if you're dealing with someone who calls you crazy, who belittles your mental health, invalidates you, says, oh, you're only upset because like you didn't take your meds or stuff like that, that's kind of a different issue. But what I do is I get very upfront with Ben about how I'm feeling. Be like, you know what? I'm having really horrible anxiety. I'm really depressed today. I know that we're arguing over this. Can we talk about it so that it can kind of be moved to the side so then I can focus on myself, because my mental health right now is super important and it's really debilitating and I need you. If they're a respectful partner, they will respect that. How to feel beautiful even when you have bad acne. So that is something that is so on brand for me, and I know my acne is not bad, but it's like my biggest insecurity. I have this one pimple here and it's all I'm thinking about. I'm like, you guys probably don't even notice, so you're like, oh, she has a pimple, who cares? But for me, it's like, oh my God, I have a pimple, I'm so ugly. For so long thought that I could not be beautiful if I had pimples on my face. And I'm learning that you can. And it's also, or if people are judging you or saying that you're not beautiful because you have a fucking blemish. I spent so many years being so insecure, canceling plans, hiding in my room because of my skin, when I shouldn't have let that affect me. I know it's hard. It's a baseball bat to your confidence. Acne is a disease and it is extremely emotionally jarring. I know that firsthand. It kills your confidence. It causes a lot of depression. That's why there's a lot of links between Accutane and depression, because people who have acne are very sensitive to depression. I've gotten comments from people being like, what's on your forehead? Like, what's wrong with her skin? At the end of the day, I don't think people care as much as you think. And that's something I need to tell myself as well too. But yeah, I think there's nothing wrong with looking into your acne and trying to solve it. I get that. I mean, I'm on Accutane, which is the most intense acne medication there is. So what I would do is take proper steps to getting it better. Go see a dermatologist, do your research on how you can improve your skin, and at the same time, know that it's just a work in progress. It's like, fitness. You're working to become confident in yourself, but there's not gonna be a point where you reach a goal of, my skin's clear, now I'm happy. It's gonna be, I have to learn how to be confident and understand that I can have up days and down days with clear skin or without clear skin. So your skin's not gonna clear tomorrow, so you may as well not waste your young years focusing on a couple pimples, which we all have. I'm telling you that influencers have them. There's so much editing. People wear so much makeup in their YouTube videos, so you don't see any of their pimples. That's what I'm trying to do less of. I'm trying to show you guys that I'm like a human being, and like, I don't have to cake my face for every video and hide all my like flaws. And I really think it's cool when creators show their shit skin. I know a lot have been doing that recently. I think it's really cool. Not shit as in like, you know what I mean? Like, not shitty skin as in like their skin shit, but like when they break out, because it's a human thing to break out. It's a journey, it really is. Best way to cope with anxiety, I did a whole video on this, so I'm not gonna go into depth because anxiety is such a big topic, so I'm just gonna link that below. How did you get comfortable with having freckles? I've always been, actually a boy asked this one, which I thought was very cute and endearing, that, they have something so beautiful on them and they're like insecure about it, because freckles are my number one thing that I like on a guy. So if you ever feel insecure that you have freckles, I think it's really hot. Ben has freckles and it's my favorite feature about him, and freckles have always been my favorite feature on people. Like, I love my freckles. I have never not loved them. So you need to embrace what you have, because I would say 90% of the population thinks freckles are absolutely beautiful. Everyone draws on freckles now. Like, embrace, you're lucky. Like, ugh. Were you ever attracted to the wrong kind of guy? Like the dickheads who just use you? No shit. The dickheads and the fuck boys, they get so glamorized. The nice boys finish last, but they don't. It's exciting in the moment, but over time you learn. And I feel like that's why there's a lot of pain and young heartbreak, is because, especially as girls, or honestly even boys with like fuck girls, let's not discriminate. You learn over time. Might always be a little exciting to you, but after you get your heart broken, hurt, you get disrespected, you feel used, abused, all this shit, you will learn, hopefully. And you need to put yourself first, always. We accept the love we think we deserve. So I think a lot of people who are into fuckboys are very insecure. They go back to people who treat them badly, who cheat on them. And there's nothing wrong with that. I don't want anyone beating themselves up, like being like, oh, I'm insecure now. Like, I think that comes with a lot of demons on the inside. So you need to work on yourself. And there are nice guys who are also hot and sexy and mysterious and exciting. Nice is not boring. How do you deal with people who are mean and jealous towards you? I think jealousy is something that girls are very scared to talk about because they don't want to come across as cocky. When I was younger, people would always say, girls are mean to you because they're jealous. And I'd be like, no, they're not jealous of me. Like, how could they be jealous of me? Like, I hate myself. I promise I'm not cocky. Like, and you can't say that out loud a lot of the time. Like, oh, she's being a bitch, or like he's being a bitch because they're jealous. And then people are like, oh yeah, sure, they're jealous. But jealousy is like a real thing. And it comes from people being insecure. So I know that sounds so cliche. Probably heard this 1,010,000 times, that, if someone's mean to you, it's because they're jealous. Sometimes they're just mean. But if you're truly not doing anything to anyone, and you're staying in your own lane, doing your own things, and people are mean to you, it's just straight jealousy. And another part of the question was people being jealous of you. So it's good that you recognize their jealousy, and I think you need to take it not personally. Something that I'm trying to work on, which I'm getting better at, is not taking shit personally, especially people who don't know you very well. I get so much hate and harassment and verbal abuse from people who I don't know, and I feel like I used to want to drop kick them off the CN Tower, but now I'm like, wait, I actually genuinely feel bad for you, because your life is so horseshit that you go shit on someone who you don't know. So at the end of the day, you have to pity those people and always take the higher road. My therapist always says that the person who doesn't care always wins. And it's really hard to not care, but you know, if someone's being really mean to you, there's a lot of people in the world. Go find people who are nice to you. Cut out the people who are mean to you. Block all the losers who bully you or who are jealous of you. Be the bigger person. Don't let the world make you mean. The more you love yourself, the more you do things for yourself, the more you surround yourself with people who are kind to you and who respect you, I promise you, you will care less and less and less and less about the assholes out there, because the world is full of assholes. If you focus on every single one, you're gonna go nuts. How to attract nice boys. Usually the girls I hear saying, I want a nice boy, are the girls who go after the mean boys. So you kind of have to practice what you preach and, you know, don't get sucked in to douchebags. Experiment, see what you like. Go on dates with a nice boy, see how it feels to be treated nicely. And if you really hate being treated nicely, then you probably need to work on yourself and love yourself enough to know that you deserve to be treated nicely. So I think it's less about attracting nice boys and more letting more people in, expanding your horizons, you know? How to wear the clothes that I love, like mini skirts or short skirts, without getting anxious. This is a good question, coming from someone who clearly does not care what I wear. That came from a long life of dress codes in middle schools, and even my parents, you know, kind of slut shaming for my Instagram, or, you know, wearing certain things and feeling, oh, your boobs are out too much, or, you know, your butt's showing. And it was kind of my rebellion, and I've stuck to it. At first it was a fuck you thing, and now I'm like, but it's what makes me happy. If my body offends you, you have your own issues. You have your own issues with women, and that's a them problem. Do what makes you happy. Life is extremely short. That's my thing on tattoos too. Everyone's like, oh my God, you want that on you for the rest of your life? I'm like, hey, at the end of the day, my life will not be that long. Like, okay, hopefully I live till a very old age, but people take life way too seriously. Do what makes you happy, and then you're going to attract people who are like you deep down. Why would you want to attract people that's not you? That's like your fake image. Then you're gonna be around fake people or people who like your fake self. Just be authentic, wear whatever clothes you want. And yeah, anyone getting mad at you for wearing a short skirt is probably jealous that they don't have the balls to wear a short skirt. But do it for you. Don't do it because like a boy wants you to dress that way, because that's also bad. I'm in my first relationship. How do I avoid codependency? This is a great question. Once again, it all comes back to self-love and also hobbies, work, having things going on in your life that is for you. You don't have to do everything with your partner. Ben and I have very different jobs. His job is important to him. My jobs are important to me. I have like multiple, my school is important to me. If I did nothing, there would be nothing for us to talk about, and vice versa. So it's good to have things that are your own, so you have something to talk about. And then it also has this little magic in you that they'll never really understand, and that's okay because it's yours. Ben watches my YouTube and he supports me, but he's not a YouTuber. He doesn't get to talk to you guys and connect with you guys the same way I do. It's my thing, and it makes me feel like special almost, that I have a purpose and that people love me for me, and I have something that I am contributing to the world. Ben, his job, I don't go into his office every day and sit next to him, but he'll tell me all the cool jobs he's doing. He works in private equity, so he tells me about all the companies that they're working on, and it's really cool. It's a way to come together and talk, but at the same time have your own thing, so you don't feel left out, but you feel connected and apart, if that makes sense. I think another thing is prioritizing your friends. Inevitably, your boy or girl or partner will come first, because chances are you're gonna have a lot of sleepovers and date nights and stuff. Unless you're fully being neglected by the person, that's different. But if your problem is spending too much time, really, really focus on your friendships, because friendships are relationships too, and it's a good natural way to get healthy space from your significant other. So, you know, I make sure I see my girls like minimum 2 times a week, usually more. You know, plan dinners, plan times for them to come over and have a wine night or a movie night, or go out for lunch, go to a patio, go on a walk. You need other relationships so that you're not unhealthily obsessed with each other. Don't give up your life for them, and don't let them give up your life for you. That is toxic. How to not feel guilty about eating badly / too much. I did a video recently that I'll link below that talks a lot about overeating and that type of stuff, and that has been a problem for me lately. I have been overeating like crazy. I think it's the quarantine. It could be like a bit of weed. But yeah, I've been overeating like way past my fullness. I'm not talking about like restricting calories. I'm talking about like the other side of restricting calories, like pushing my body to be so full. And it's just not healthy for my mind, for my body, and it's just unnecessary. But the more I stress about it and the more I'm like, this is so bad, the more you want to restrict. You're like, hey, I'm not eating the next day. If you don't eat the next day, then you're going to binge the next day after that. Trust me. If you're like, oh no, I've gone a week with like eating really healthy, I'm like, congratulations, a week. How about the next 80 years? You need to have a healthy balance of food. And if you overeat, it's fine. Chalk it as an overeating day and move on to the next day. Do not starve yourself the next day. You need to eat normally. I overate a lot yesterday, and this morning I had 3 sandwiches for breakfast because I was hungry. Intuitive eating, listen to your body. Yeah, just learn, say, I didn't like the way I felt when I was overly full. I didn't like that feeling. So now I'm gonna listen to my hunger cues. And when I feel really full, I'm gonna take a break and, have a glass of water and let myself digest. If I'm still hungry, go back and eat more. And if I'm not, try your best to not eat and say, you know what, I feel better when I'm comfortably full rather than overly full. It shouldn't be because, oh, I look a certain way. It's how you feel. How to get over sadness for no reason, animal cruelty, scared of losing people, etc. It's weird because that's literally me to a T. I get sad for no reason, animal cruelty, and I'm scared of losing people. Like that is my BPD, which is borderline personality disorder, coming out to play. One of the main symptoms is that you're like consistently scared of losing people in your life, and you're constantly like, my relationships are not stable, even when they are, But get over sadness, I don't think is a good way of looking at it, because the more, I always say emotions are like puppies, and the more you try to push emotions away, the more they want your attention. So feel that sadness. When you see a video of animal cruelty, feel sad. I get very, very emotional. It ruins my day. It makes me very angry at the world. It makes me like an angry person when I watch videos of animal cruelty. I lose faith in humanity. I know what it's like to feel so upset by that. But the unfortunate thing is, although you should embrace your emotions and feel them, you don't want to dwell on them. You don't want to spiral and you don't want to get stuck. Have your cry and then watch a funny show. Call a friend, distract yourself. When it comes to feeling sad for no reason, that will pass 100%. It will. It doesn't feel like it, but it will. Losing people, rather than, because I know my boyfriend, I'm constantly like, are you gonna leave me? Oh. And he's like, shut up. But I'm like, okay. You don't even have to say, oh my God, like, are you gonna leave me? Make it more being like, hey, my insecurities are flaring up a little right now. Can I have a hug? And that makes you seem more in control of your emotions. I went in the fucking lake and my hair is so full of knots. That will make you seem more in control of your emotions, more stable, and at the same time, you're getting your needs fulfilled of feeling loved and cared for. How to budget your money. I have no clue. If any of you want to let me know, let me know. How to know when to let go of people. This is really hard and a good question, because it's like a breakup. You're losing someone, whether it's, a boyfriend, girlfriend, friend, just someone in your life. I think when they're making you more upset than happy, that's time. And when you feel like they're not helping you as a person grow or be a better person, if you feel yourself, like if you're not yourself around them, you get meaner. I've been around people where I'm not nice. You should be with people who support the best version of yourself and you feel like completely not judged and you can be yourself around them. And I know letting go of people is really scary and it can cause confrontation, but at the end of the day, you need to be selfish and everything will be okay. And I promise you in like a year, you'll be really happy that you let go of someone who was so toxic, and you'll see, how far you came and it was worth it. Like it probably will be worth it. Okay, I'm gonna do one more because this video is at 30 minutes already. How to deal with hangover anxiety. My anxiety is through the roof when I'm hungover. This question is so relevant. This is my number one thing is scaries. I get the worst scaries after drinking. I'm like, why did I say that? Why did I speak at all? Why didn't I just shut up? I did this so embarrassing. This person hates me. I'm such a mess. I'm so embarrassing. The best thing to remember is that we all feel that. Like anyone who drinks has woken up before and been like, oh, like not great. But we've all been there and you need to not beat yourself up. And another thing to remember is that everyone else was probably drunk too. They don't care. They're worried about their scaries, not yours. You know what I mean? And if someone's gonna judge you for something that you did drunk, unless it's horrible, then okay, you can, apologize and work that out. But if someone's gonna judge you for being crazy or hyper or doing random, harmless, dumb shit when you're drunk, they're probably not a very good friend. They're probably judgmental. Take it also as a learning lesson, which is hard for me to do because the amount of times I've said I'm not gonna drink that much next time or whatever, and I still do. Yeah, just take it as a learning experience. And I didn't like the way I felt, and maybe write a little note in your phone. I've done this before that reminds you of, don't drink too much, or if you do, stick to people who are loving and caring, like your close friends who are not going to judge you and who are going to like look out for you and take care of you. Yeah, try not to beat yourself up. We've all been there. This video is getting very long as per the advice ones normally do. I know this one was actually a little shorter than usual and maybe not as good. Hopefully it was somewhat helpful. If you guys enjoyed this video, please like it because it actually helps my channel a lot. How many times have you heard that on YouTube? And subscribe if you haven't. And yeah, I always like talking to you guys. I'll do more advice videos soon, and I definitely want to have my friend Rachel, who did one of the advice videos with me last time, because she's really good at advice. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you, and I will see you in my next video. Stay safe, stay happy, take care of yourself.